What's up, people? Ben France here from Benjamin France Music, back with another update on the Samick by Valley Arts Pro project guitar. I was planning on actually shooting this one tomorrow, but the humidity levels in my area have accelerated my time frame a little bit. What time is it? The most exciting time as far as this build goes to me, at least to date. We are getting ready to laminate the flame maple top onto the back of the body of the Samick by Valley Arts Pro project guitar, and then I will smooth it out a little bit with the template after that. So let me flip the camera around, show you what the process is going to look like, and we will get started on this guy. All right, so here's my very messy workshop slash single car garage that's been converted into a workshop. So here is our body, just as a reminder. This is the what was originally a carved top or arch top, or whatever you want to call it, guitar that has been modified by me to a flat top. I'll get the camera down there, you can see it pretty well, is just about dead flat or darn close to it. Go this way as well so we can see that, and there I think you can get a pretty good idea that that body is pretty flat. So what are we doing? That is the back of our guitar. This guy is the top of our guitar. This is our two pieces of flame maple that I have book matched and I have brought together. I'm going to do just a little bit of sanding on the back of this. There's a little bit of a raised lip in one spot. And then we are going to laminate that guy onto the guitar. Laminate is a fancy word for basically gluing that onto the guitar. The reason I'm doing that tonight is because this body was cupping, or this piece of flame maple was cupping, meaning that this part had a curve, almost kind of like a smiley face, where it kind of went like this, like that. What has happened now, though, I flipped it around. I've had it setting on the MDF template for the body, which is what I'll use to finalize this shape. And it has, thanks to the wonders of nature, I guess, science, whatever, flattened out and actually starting to try to pull up just a little bit the other way. So to keep that from becoming an issue, we're going to go ahead and laminate this guy, glue this guy down to the top of the regular guitar body, or the other part of the guitar body now. So what's that process going to look like? First, I'm going to sand this one little raised edge down just a smidge. That's really the only place there's a raised lip. There is a little bit of a raised lip right there, so we're going to sand that down to make sure that is perfectly flat. And then we're going to cover the top of this guy with glue. We are going to place that guy on top of that guy, and we're going to clamp it down, weight it down, and then it is going to hopefully glue together and turn into one solid piece of wood. My clamps are I'm a little bit limited on what I have for clamps, but I think we can make it work, so we shall see. Hopefully so. If not, you may be seeing a redo, or you may never see this video, and hopefully this guitar project won't just disappear. So let me set the camera down so you all can see what's going on, and then we will get started on that. I think that is a pretty good angle, so you have a pretty good idea of what we're looking at slash looking for. Let me tilt you down just a little bit more here. And there you go, you can see the guitar itself. So first thing I'm going to do is I am going to move this guy, and we are going to sand the back of that just a little bit to get that one little raised lip that's on it gone. And here we go. And there we go. As simple as that. That raised lip is gone, where this is now a nice smooth line running all the way down. So, next step. I'm using this piece of plexiglass because it's something that's pretty slick that hopefully the body or the glue won't try to stick to by any means if I have any that drips off. So next step is to get this guy on here, and then we're gonna cover the top of that with glue. Put a nice thick bead of glue all over. A little thinner on those edges there because I want good squeeze out, but we don't want so much squeeze out that it's just running down the sides and that we're fighting it as far as having to do a ton of sanding. Although we want it to seal, so we'll see. Once again, this is a first for me. This is first time I've done a project like this. So let's roll him out. We want to have a nice smooth layer of glue even all the way across the body of this guitar. So everything's covered, there aren't any big globs or anything like that, so it's working as a glue and not as a lubricant to make the guitar, just the top to slide around onto the bottom of the guitar. And this is Titebond Premium Wood Glue. This is Titebond 2, so this is what I had on hand. Hopefully this will work for this purpose. Almost every video I've watched related to this, whether it's been Chris at Highline Guitars, any number of builders, they always seem to use Titebond glue, so I think this should work without a problem. Hopefully so. You're seeing I'm getting a little bit there on the edges, but that's okay because we can wipe that off with a red. We just want to make sure the biggest thing is that we're fully covered and that we don't have any spaces, any part of the body that does not have glue on it, because this needs to clamp together very, very well. So we're basically taking these two pieces of wood, the top cap and the bottom of the body, and we are turning it into, in effect, one piece of wood. So get this covered very well. I probably will even go back over it again a second time and add a little bit more because I want to make sure there are not any dry spots on this at all. A little excess glue we can wipe off. Dry spots where things don't stick, not a good thing. That would kind of ruin this whole reason for doing this. So I think we've got that pretty well done. So I'm going to do the same thing on the back of the top of the guitar. So I'm a little off camera there because I don't want to move things around too much. But trust me, I'm putting a bead of glue around the back of the top. Actually, I'll scooch this guy over so you can see it. And here we are with the top. You can kind of see it a little bit. Let me flip the camera around here so you can see what I'm doing. Let's see, I think that'll work. Let me see. So I want this to be useful for everybody, to be a learning experience for everyone, including me. So there's our top. Let me try to get the camera a little more level, but still keep it up where you can see what I'm doing. Something like that should work. So, same thing on the top. We'll run this in good, where we have a good bead of glue all the way around, all the way to the edges of this flamed maple top cap. And this is not a 5A piece of flame maple, which different grades of wood, if you don't know a whole lot about the stuff, which I'm learning, as I've said before, there are different grades of wood, anything from 1A up to 5A. 5A is like the most highly figured, ridiculous stuff you could get. 1A is like is realistically probably not even a flame, it's just a piece of maple wood. I don't know where this guy is actually rated, where it lands in the rating wise. I'm guessing it's maybe like a 3A or something like that from pictures I've seen of other ones. But it's got a lot more interesting figuring than the stock alder body on this guitar has. So it'll make for a lot more interesting looking top piece once I have it finished. So let's make sure we get this covered very well in glue as well. Don't want to take too long though. Get that top horn there, or bottom horn technically. We're almost there. A little bit across here, or I missed a little bit on the bottom. And I think that'll be good. So now our next step is to flip the camera around, get our template out of the way. Flip the camera around so we can see what we're doing here. And we are going to line these guys up. And yeah, that glue is definitely gonna stick. There is no doubt about that. That's a good thing. So let me try to get the edges as close as I can. There's a little bit of overhang here, which is okay. This horn's gonna need a little trimming overall, but I'm all right with it needing some trimming. I prefer that actually as opposed to it being off and being too small. So let's see. Try to get things as lined up, as square as I possibly can. We can use the other piece of flame maple that has not been cut or anything done with it yet. So we can do that because that will be thinner, which means then we can do something like this here. The big thing is I want to make sure that I have clamping pressure on the top edge or in the middle of this body, which that's going to be the little bit of the trick because of the clamps I have. So take this guy, put him back here, make sure we're still lined up, which we're good. We're pretty well straight, I think. There's fine, there's fine, there's fine. So let's do one here, opposite corner of where we started. And let me see if I can get a little scrap. That'll help with that. And yes, I do have one, so hopefully that'll work. It's actually a little bit big. This little guy, this is just a piece of 1/4 inch plywood, will work better. So get this, let's clamp this corner down securely. Take this over to the front edge here and clamp this down on the horn. I want to look and see how my lining up is going. My biggest concern is that one edge is lined up because I can always route the rest of it to make it perfect. And that's working pretty well. So let's get this guy on here. These little black clamps are Harbor Freight clamps. They don't have as much clamping pressure, unfortunately, but I think they will still work for what we're doing here. So now, other things I want to do. I want to get some good clamping force in this middle section of the body because that is where our biggest potential issue could be. So we want to make sure that that's clamped down really, really well. There's that, there's that. Let me keep going. I also got a couple really big C-clamps, and this is the benefit of using a piece of wood on the top. If these guys will open enough, 2.5 inches theoretically is enough. Having these extra boards on the top, that's the benefit of this, is we can cram this guy down on here with a lot of pressure. And those will get in there fairly well in the middle, actually, which I like. It's on the back of the body, which I don't love, but I've still got to finish the back of the body, so I'm not as worried about that. I just want to make sure we get this guy really clamped down good. There we go. Wish I had a whole bunch of these guys because they reach pretty far in the body pretty well. So let me open the next one. Okay, let's do another one right about here. On this corner or this edge. We're still staying lined up pretty good, which is a good thing. There we go. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. I don't think we've had any major shifting or moving that's going to cause any problem. Let me see where else I can put some clamps, get some pressure on this guy. These don't have a very big throat on them, but I might be able to get one of them in here. Yeah, that's gonna be real iffy. Try to do it on the end maybe, might help. Might work, I should say. Because that little red one that you're seeing move, it was a little cheapy, although it was awesome. I got it as a Christmas gift from family, so family rocks for doing things like that. But it just gave up the ghost. It just couldn't really do what it needed to do. Not getting a lot of squeeze out, which makes me a little nervous that maybe I didn't use enough glue. But like I said before, we're learning, so hopefully not at the expense of ruining this potentially very cool piece of wood that I've got here, but we'll see. And we're gonna put him on this edge here because we can. We can get some good pressure on that. So he's gonna go right here instead of where that other one was. And then we'll figure out something else for this guy. This is a 1-inch square piece of solid oak. This guy obviously should not move, so new concept / idea to see if this will help us. Basically, we're gonna sandwich this in between, and we're gonna see what happens here. We'll find out. It's just a little tricky to do this by myself. Okay, we're up against the bottom of the board there. We are not over, well, yeah, we are up against it here too, so. This is a good sound. This is a things are trampling down in place type of sound, which is what we want. That's about as far as we're gonna go, I think. So, folks, we are going to say that hopefully is a success. All right, so there we go. Let's keep your fingers crossed for me if you wouldn't mind. It is about 9:30 on Saturday night, May 30th. That is clamped and glued. Hopefully I used enough glue. Hopefully you've got clamps evenly distributed across the whole top of it. Hopefully this isn't an utter disaster. I'm hoping not, because this has been a lot of work. So, and I don't care. I've enjoyed the work. Don't take that the wrong way, but it would really suck to get this far into it just for it not to work at this point now. So anyway, that is it for this update. These clamps are gonna sit. I'm gonna leave it in the clamps for at least the next 12 hours, at least until midday tomorrow. I will pull the video back out and we'll unclamp it and see if it works, or see if it springs out and goes, screw you, and doesn't stick. So thank you once again, folks, for checking out this video. As always, I would love it if you would subscribe, if you would ring the bell for notifications. If you would like this video, give me a thumbs up. That would be awesome. I'm going to mention it again, probably every video going forward. Then once I hit 100 subs, I'm going to do something special. I'm going to do a random drawing among my first 100 subscribers. And you're going to get a pretty cool prize, or at least what I think is a pretty cool prize, and hopefully the winner will think so as well. So I'd love to get to 100. That way I can get my domain name, where my YouTube channel actually is youtube.com/BenjaminFranceMusic, and not youtube.com/YJF724C, or whatever the heck it is currently. Hope everybody's having an awesome day and awesome weekend, and I will be back tomorrow with another video. You'll be seeing this one on Sunday the 31st. So the next video after this will be on, this will premiere Sunday 31st. Next one will be on Monday, June 1st. And we'll see what that one is. It kind of depends on how this unclamping goes tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Love you all. Bye.